Hi everyone, it's Marissa here with Beyond Limits Expressive Arts Therapy, and I wanted to come on here live and talk a little bit about how to be with a part of yourself that doesn't want to feel better. And I see this sometimes in client journeys and experiences where there's a inner polarity where one part really wants to feel better and another part really, maybe would feel safer staying where they are. And this can show up in any sort of number of ways. Ultimately, how do we work with this part once we identify it? Well, first we identify it. So maybe it shows up as like a negative Nancy, or maybe it's just like a poopy party part, like how do we deal with this part that doesn't want to feel better? Well, you could throw it a poo-poo party. You could throw it like a tea party for for saying all the negative things that it wants to say about why it doesn't want to feel better. So like indulging it, basically. Another way is that you can use emotional freedom technique. So in terms of, even though there's a part of me that doesn't want to feel better, I fully love and accept myself. When I tune into this part of myself that doesn't want to feel better, I notice a sadness. And I feel that sadness around my heart and my gut. I also feel it as like a ball in my throat. So basically you can kind of go through a tapping sequence of acknowledging and identifying this part and feeling into it in the body. You can also give it sound. Like, what does this part sound like that doesn't want to feel better? Well, to me, when I tap in, it's like, oh, maybe like my shoulders shrink down and just like, oh, it's kind of like a hopelessness, or like almost like also an existential kink, because like there's something appealing that draws you into sort of this I don't want to feel better, is like kind of like this negative space. And so I acknowledge that too, that sometimes it feels good to not want to feel good. Ooh, how radical that we can be, this like dichotomy and have complex emotions that can be so polarized within our system. And how do we navigate that as in self-leadership? And that's what I teach others, is how to lead their lives from a space of self-leadership and empowerment and embodiment and full expression and full aliveness. Because that's why we're fucking here, right? Is to feel a certain way. We only want something because how we think it's going to make us feel. So anyway, back to this part of yourself that doesn't want to feel better. We breathe with it. Find it around the body and around the body. Maybe it shows up as an image. Maybe it shows up as a movement. So another aspect could be maybe you move or dance as the part of yourself that doesn't want to feel better. So in this case, it would look like, for me, it'd be like, something like that. And if I'm triggering you right now, sorry. And also, it is what it is. Sometimes my expressiveness can be activating for other people, and I'm also an activator, so I own that part of myself too. So anyway, once you've felt it, felt the resistance, felt the part of yourself that doesn't want to feel better, acknowledged it, listened to it, drawn it out, moved as it, oftentimes you'll feel, even maybe you won't even write a song about it. I don't want to do shit today. I don't want to feel better. Something like that. And so oftentimes when you get into that space of experiencing the sensation, the felt sense, the emotion, the part of yourself, that part feels seen and heard and understood, and it can soften back. And then you could start to lead your life from that space of self-leadership. There's a part of me that doesn't want to feel better, but that's not all of me, And so when we have that space to actually consciously co-create and feel what it is that we need to feel and see and acknowledge without shame, without judgment, then we can soften more into life. And so if you are excited about accessing more fully aliveness in your system, then I invite you to book a free discovery call on the link in my bio or on my website, which is marissaskolke.com. My passion and my purpose is to inspire, to activate, to combine all sorts of different modalities, including sacred plant medicines, to support your neuroplasticity, a resilience in your nervous system, emotional intelligence, and access, and so that you can feel more fully like yourself and be able to wake up every morning and feel like you can handle anything. And through the mentors and the people that I've trained with and constant my own personal journeys of and devotions and dedications towards somatic practices like movement arts and journaling and singing, and being able to access my inner child, being outside, for example, connecting me to the earth and the natural cycles of the land helps me ground and feel supported so that I can feel safe enough to feel my feelings, be with the parts of myself that feel icky and sticky and express them. And then, okay, they just needed to make some sound and express themselves. And so expression over suppression, because when we suppress, then those experiences and energies can crystallize, and oftentimes it shows up in the body as pain or in other sorts of ways. So if you're struggling, fighting yourself, or just kind of feeling stuck or creatively constipated, I invite you to come to one of my group calls every other Monday night. I also am co-hosting an amazing women's retreat in Tulum with Erin Newman called Jade and Jaguar, and our early bird spots are going to be done at the end of March. So if you're interested in coming on this amazing shamanic and somatic focused retreat, then you can also find more information in the link in my bio called Jade and Jaguar. And I'm always, hosting group events, music jams, monthly music jams, Reiki shares, all sorts of stuff, because I believe that we're not here to do it alone. We're here to inspire each other, and I hope that I can inspire you today.